So, the first round of the playoffs have come to an end, thankfully. Let's be honest with ourselves, in terms of entertainment value, that first round really left a lot to be desired. So let's see where everything went wrong, shall we? Okay, Washington, I know you only made it in because everyone around you fell apart, but my god, once you did, you could have at least done something. I mean, everyone knew you were going to lose to the Rangers, but honestly, it's not like you had to just roll over and die. Charlie Lindgren unfortunately ran out of steam and wasn't able to carry anymore, and Ovi might as well have stayed home. Rangers, take the free win and run. You'll need it in the next round. I also had no hope for the Islanders, but at the very least they made it competitive. Then again, when you hand a team 2 wins by giving up 2 goals in a 10-second span twice, then I think moral victories like that become null and void. Not to discredit Carolina, as it looks like they finally solved their goal-scoring issues, and Frederik Andersen seems to have come back better than ever, and just in time too, thankfully. New York, as for you, you've got a lot of questions that'll need to be answered this offseason. Unfortunately, you've also got a lot of money tied up in long-term contracts that aren't ending anytime soon. At the very least, Patrick Wasshire has turned out well. It's a passing of the torch in Florida. It's not even that Tampa played poorly, the Panthers were just the better team. Bob outdueled Vasi, the high-end talent didn't have the gas anymore, and Kucherov's outstanding season could only carry them so far. Questions need to be asked of them going forward, especially with their cap situation, and it could very well see the end of Stamkos' time here as well. Now I'm sure Tampa will be back here again, their high-end talent is too good for them not to be, but I think it's safe to say that the dynasty has come to an end. A tale of two chokers. On the one hand is a team loaded with talent that performs great during the regular season only to blow their load come playoff time, and on the other hand is the Leafs. In the end, it was Toronto who lived up to their choking moniker as they lose to Boston in 7 again. Make no mistake, the Leafs were the better team, and even with Swayman playing like a god, Joseph Woll damn near stole this series and probably would have done so had he not gotten hurt in Game 6. Boston, you got lucky. Pasta, you especially. He was invisible all series, and if not for that OT winner, people would have rightfully called for his head. Now you get the honor of having the brakes beaten off you by the Panthers in the next round. Considering where Nashville was just a few months ago and the run they went on just to get here, I think it's fair to call their season a success. That being said, they absolutely blew this series. Need I remind everybody of Game 4? UC Saros being outdueled by Artur Silovs, the second fewest shots of any team in the playoffs? Vancouver, you're not safe either. Your offense was arguably just as flat, and Pettersson was more visible in a milk carton than on the ice. Thankfully, Demko looks like he'll be back soon. A lot of noise was made about the Kings needing to take the next step, so going up against the Oilers for a third time seemed like the perfect litmus test. The result, however, a huge step back. The offense dried up, they had no answers for the Oilers' power play, and the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade continues to look worse by the game. The rest of the Pacific's gotten better, and if something doesn't change, then LA is going to find themselves left behind, and quickly. Going into the playoffs, this was one of the more even matchups on paper. In reality, Colorado walked into Winnipeg and smothered the whiteout under an avalanche. That worked better in my head, I'm sorry. It sucks because the Jets showed up offensively, but the one advantage everyone thought they had in their goaltending very much was not one. Connor Hellebuyck vanished when it mattered the most and was outdueled by Georgiev, simply not fucking up. Most of their core is locked up for the long term, so I wouldn't hit the panic button yet, but time is ticking. Here's hoping they figure it out and do it soon. Finally, an actually entertaining playoff series. Back and forth offense, goaltending duels, youngsters stepping up when needed, and most importantly, Vegas losing in 7. I guess it doesn't matter how far over the cap you are when you fail to contain a 20-year-old Wyatt Johnston, or when the captain you stuffed on LTIR comes back only to still play hurt. That Pietrangelo taking his yearly what the fuck penalty early. Hell, you want to make another team lose a first-round pick? Fine, here's your first-round exit in return. I talk more shit, but honestly, Dallas deserves their credit. It was a hard-fought series win, and their big guys really stepped up when needed, and the hockey world thanks them for their service. So that does it for the first round of the playoffs. I'd give a half-hearted attempt at a prediction for round 2, but it's already started, so I'll just leave it at that and come back with another recap when it's done. Hopefully it's a bit more entertaining this time around.